In the spirit of Halloween, tonight we're talking about a species that lurks in the shadows, but scientists call them one of the most important creatures on Delmarva.
Bats, believe it or not, play a key role in the Delmarva ecosystem, and experts say they save us billions of dollars each year. But as WBOC's Sussex County Bureau Chief J.B Biunno reports, the bats are disappearing from the peninsula.
Not even I heard them.
On this cold October night, the Cates family waits and watches on the back of their property in LEWES. When the sun goes down, it usually happens. But tonight, there are no bats flying out of their bat house.
I hear them squealing every once in a while when I'm back here cutting grass or something, but I don't know they're here.
Butch Cates built the bat house more than 10 years ago to get rid of a problem. Bats eat mosquitoes. A lot of mosquitoes. At night when they forage, they're capable of eating hundreds an hour.
We don't do any insecticides. We don't have professionals come spray. They do their work. They do their job.
Twice a year, the Cates family does bat counts for DENREC. But on this night, the count is at 0, and DENREC has a reason.
In 2009, we became a lot more concerned because of a disease called white nose syndrome, which is a fungal disease that affects bats when they hibernate, where they hibernate.
Holly Niederreiter is DENREC's bats expert, and she says this is white nose syndrome.
It's extremely contagious. The bats that hibernate closer together tend to get it. It spreads quicker.
The fungus is only transmittable to bats and grows in cold environments like caves where bats hibernate for the winter.
But it's also on the substrate, so it's on the cave walls, the cave floors. So even if a bat comes in clean and there's no other bats in the cave, they can still pick it up.
Scientists say for certain species, white nose syndrome has a fatality rate of more than 90%. It's been tracked back to the Albany area of upstate New York, and over the last decade, it's spread, eventually reaching Delmarva, where it's starting to wipe out the entire cave bat population.
If you look at all the books and historical data and everything, they were considered one of the most abundant species in Delaware, and now they're pretty much gone.
The saying goes, you don't realize how important something is until it's gone. In the case of bats disappearing off Delmarva, listen to this. In addition to eating tons of pesky mosquitoes, bats also eat agricultural pests, the bugs that eat our crops. When you combine the costs of mosquito spraying and insecticide treatment, DENREC says bats save our country billions of dollars a year. Back in LEWES, we now have a reason as to why there aren't flurries of bats at this bat house. But as it turns out, our cameras were fooled by a little trick or treat. A closer look inside the house, and there's dozens of bats, all of them fast asleep.
It's definitely a relief when we look at them and they're completely healthy.
We're just lucky. I mean, I don't know where our bats go after when they leave to go hibernate. I don't know. I don't know where they're coming from, but our little colony, they're pretty healthy.
Still, it's possible that when these bats find a nearby cave to hibernate in this winter, they'll contract white nose syndrome and simply not make it. With how important bats are to our ecosystem, stopping white nose syndrome is becoming more paramount across the country. Scientists say that they can treat white nose syndrome for the individual bat, but right now a mass solution is eluding them. For now, experts say white nose syndrome will continue moving closer to wiping out the cave bat population here on Delmarva. Reporting in Sussex County, J.B Biunno, WBOC News.
Scientists estimate that white nose syndrome has already killed as many as 8 million bats across the Northeast, and they are now a protected species in Delaware. DENREC says if you find a bat in your home or garage, don't whack them with a broom or harm them in any way. Open a window or a door and just let them fly out. If you need help or have a bat colony on your property, call a professional animal trapper to have them removed properly on Delmarva.